Roll the corn. We know the truth now. Peace to my beautiful people from this beautiful land. I love you. And I'm in love with you. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. Wicked Collection, what's up, fam? Copper Asar, Dorico, Flower Goddess. Appreciate you. Winked, appreciate you. Gnosis, what's up? Hit the like button, put the coin in the chat. Respect my kicks, what's up? Copper Asar, Memphis, Tennessee. The Red Jaguar, Memphis, what's up? Roll the coin. Put the coin in the chat. Put the coin in the chat. Alabama. Shavah, beautiful name. Tamari. 205 Bama boy, what up, Ken Fold? Raleigh, North Carolina. Flower Goddess. Solid, what's up, my brother? Everybody follow Solid 994. Follow Solid 994. That's family right there. Roll the coin. Sir Chip, what's up, brother? Detroit, what it do? What up, though? Roll the coin. Alonzo Jackson. Vunsky. JJ, what's up, fam? Atlanta in the building. ATL in the hope. Roll the coin. Tuscaloosa. Okay. Shavah. Appreciate you. Follow Soul Sear. Follow Soul Sear. Roll the coin. Shout out to everybody sending me the video or the picture with the hoodies, man. I love that. Love you, and I'm in love with you. Ann Johnson, Arkansas. Teacher Ra, Atlanta. What's up? Follow Teacher Ra. Roll the coin. Good morning. Bow my head to my people. I love you and I'm in love with you. Hope everybody is enlightened and empowered today. Today, I'm going to talk about the Mound of Spring. The Mound of Spring is powerful, right? We have to understand that these monuments around the world are monuments of spring. Spring is the new year for ancient Paleo Canaanite people, right? Ancient mound builders. Spring is the new year. Spring is when you sow a seed. So spring became synonymous with the resurrection of like Easter and things like this. Spring became synonymous with other things and other cultures. But I'm gonna show y'all where it all come from, right? Tel Aviv, right? Is the place you have to understand when you're going biblically with the information from our standpoint to a religious standpoint. Tel Aviv is where you go to understand that, right? That's why I always teach y'all about Tel Aviv. And I'm going to break that down again today. And I'm going to break that down into like other monuments around the world that shows what this stuff really means. Why is it put there? And what does it mean to cultures? And what did it become in the future to cultures, right? And what people curse those people. Like I just saw a video on TikTok of a YT pastor saying if he let a melanated person or a Chinese person or anybody come in his church, he is breaking a covenant with his God. Weird, right? But why is he like that? He like that because everything the original man done, they turned it evil. So therefore, YT people have a covenant against the original people through religion. That's why it's hard for our people to grasp not to be so stuck into these people's religion, because these people are really got a covenant against you. We had a covenant with nature to teach nature. They had a covenant against us when it changed religiously, right? So he said he don't want none of them people in his church because he got a covenant with his people, not to deal with other ethnicities. These people really think like this, y'all. And we got to really start to understand why those people feel the way they feel. Like I said, those people were enslaved also, and they feel the way they feel because of it, and they never let the grudge go. So once they became in some type of power or army, they made a covenant not to ever, no matter how much they like you, it's a covenant in their culture against you. That's a fact. That's the part you must understand. But let me break this down, because I want to show y'all some stuff, right? Now look at this. Abib. Tel Aviv is Tel Abib in the Bible, right? It stands for green fruit, ears of corn. Biblical. Ears of corn, Abib. Tel is a mound. Abib is corn, no matter what they keep trying to teach. But let me show y'all the power of this, because this shows you who brought the knowledge that y'all turned into religion to this area of the world, right? The mound of spring is the mound of the green ears of corn. Let's keep going. Now, the name Abib belongs to the first month of the ancient Mesopotamian calendar, of which also the ancient Hebrews and Israelites made use. Now, stop right there. Stop right there. They never teach you that ancient Mesopotamians were speaking some sort of Hebrew, some sort of Paleo-Canaanite, Paleo-Hebrew language. They don't teach you that. All they teach you is they aliens. Am I right? Put the coin in the chat. Put the coin in the chat. All they teach you is this Inky and Lil and the new all aliens flying down. But when we break this down to a real science and a real people, these people speaking the same language the ancient American Indian is speaking. The mound builder is speaking. That's who they are, people. See, this is real history. Ain't no scapegoats in real history. Them Sumerians they talk about, them tall, giant Sumerians, were melanated people from here, wearing beautiful clothes with ancient languages of Paleo-Hebrew on the clothes of these people. We were fully clothed in beautiful clothing. The people from Mesopotamia were hunter-gatherers. Now you understand it? That's why they calling you an alien. This is why right here. Let me show you. You pull up on the Euphrates River in a boat from Mary with all this knowledge, and you looking like this. You the only DNA of people in the world looking like this at the time, people. You know what to do. You know what to think. You have a way of living. You have a way of feeding yourself. You have a way of honoring your people and your ancestors. You have everything they don't. You get it? Beautiful clothes made with different colors of dyes from America. Wearing headbands, that's American. Wearing a headband is Mary. Don't let them folks fool you. The Puntites were wearing headbands. The Mesopotamians were wearing headbands. the Ubaid culture. Right? The first Egyptians wore headbands. That's Timeri culture. Let me show you something. Roll the corn. Before I keep going, let me show y'all something. See, this is the history we really need to know, right? Now let's go look. What the hell is this? Let's go look at the Pontites. Now, this is the Pontites on the wall in Egypt. You see the headband? See the headband on the Pontite? You see the land of Punt? You see the headband? You see it? Shout out Casey Macon for this, because Casey Macon, we talk about this all the time. Headbands. See what color them people is? Dark brown skinned people, you see it? Ancient Punt, the trading, mirth, spices, gold, ebony. That shit coming from America. This us. This us. These Puntites are us. Now, roll the corn. Now let's go back to Samaria. This is a culture. You must look at the culture. You see the feathers on his head? See the feathers? Right? The feathers. This is a culture now. We teaching other people this culture as we are setting up shop on their land. See the headband? You see a yin and shin on the clothing? Copper colored man with a beard. These are Tamaricans. They can sit there and try and tell you they some type of Arab or alien or YT man, or they can tell you whatever they want to tell you. But these ain't they people. These people traveled there. They came to these areas. Why do you think there's a people moving around the world running irrigation from all rivers, people? Because they learned it from the Mississippi River first. You just don't pull up, the Fertile Crescent just don't pop up out of nowhere. You learn that trade of irrigation and agriculture, and you take it to the other side of the world. You go look for another river to duplicate what you already was successful doing on the Mississippi River and all the other rivers off the Mississippi River, right? So these people came on reed boats with bitumen, and that's an American boat. But let's keep going. Let's go back to Abib. Now that you know that our people are moving around doing a certain thing, now you will understand the biblical aspect of this, because I want people to understand this. Now, ancient Mesopotamians and ancient Hebrews, right, got the same Abib, first month of the ancient calendar of the Hebrew and the Mesopotamian, Abib. Why is that? The name Abib is Canaanite name for this month. Canaanite. The language is Proto-Canaanite, which became Hebrew. You get it now? So all you people trying to debunk truth now, you must know that Proto-Canaanite became Hebrew. Proto-Canaanite became hieroglyphics and cuneiform. You must understand that. If you don't, you lost. Now, when we say Abib, that is a Canaanite word. That's Hebrew. Off the top. Ain't no way around it. Now, the Jewish people, which Jewish come from the jewels of God, Segula, it ain't these people. They are reenacting what the original Canaanite done. You get it? But the one thing they do different, the Canaanite was talking about nature. The Jewish people who stole it are talking about religion. You switch nature's truth to religious truth. Then you demonize the nature's people. You take their culture, you turn it into a religion, then you demonize who you got it from and tear them down so the world will never know. I ain't got time to play with you, Dun Dollar. Block. Get your ass out of here. I thought about it. I ain't got time to play with you, bro. I don't have time to play with you. People gotta learn the truth. You on here playing. Jewish people are looking at our customs, turning it into religion. So therefore, our new year was Abib. The spring, people. Why was the spring our new year? Because there was the time the earth started to grow back green. It was a resurrection of the planet. They turned the resurrection of the earth turning green into the resurrection of a God. You get it? It's a new year with new flowers, new grass, new warmth, new winds coming in. The water starting to ripple. It's beautiful. That's the real new year. Then we put the seeds in the ground for the spring. March. They took that and turned it into Easter and all this other stuff. But you see what I'm saying? But this is where this come from. So, Jewish people, Nisan, come from the Babylonian version. Nisan. Where you think the name of the Nissan cars come from? Where you think the name of a Nissan car come from? Our ancient culture was in Japan, Japanese and China. They still talk about Nissan to this day. You get it? Our culture went around the world from here. And they know Nissan is an ancient renewal, an ancient resurrection in the spring. That's why the people who make the Nissan car name the motherfucker Nissan. Because it's ancient knowledge. Nissan, let me show y'all something. I just got to show y'all this because it's funny, right? Watch this. See, you don't know how much your ancestors got controlled this world with their knowledge, and you don't even think you don't go with nothing. It's just a name. Nah. You got to understand the power of what your people did. You must understand the power that your people did. Right? Watch this. Watch this right here. Gonna blow your mind. Watch this. Nissan come from the spring. Subaru is the Pleiades star system coming from the spring. The Milky Way alignment of our ancient culture. Orion, Sirius, the sun, and the Pleiades. Why you think these Japanese and Chinese people still talk about Nissan and Pleiades? Okay. See, that star alignment is the key to life, people. That's why the Unk Cross come from that star alignment. See, our people just think it's just an Unk Cross. The Unk Cross is the key to life, right? Roll the coin. Yes, it is. The ecliptic loop, then the summer solstice is the Unk Cross for the harvest. That's why it's so powerful, people. The key to life is feeding your people from the knowledge of nature. It's the key to life. They can tell you all the other stuff they want to tell you. The key to life is feeding your people from the knowledge of nature. When that unk forms in the sky, that's the harvest. Our people made it another year. The good, great harvest come from that. That's why they're so powerful. That's why they wore that symbol. They didn't wear it for no fashion. They wasn't trying to look woke. They wasn't trying to look woke. They were showing you, boy, we finna feed our people. We gonna figure this thing out in nature. So we gonna mock the stars and make this whole unk. We start with the tau cross. We start with the tau. Then you add the unk later. The loop on the tau. The tau always been the summer solstice. The unk always been the Pleiades. The loop is the Pleiades, Hyades, and the horns of Taurus makes the loop at the top of the unk. The sunlight comes up. Then you get the Sirius rising in front of the sun. That's harvest time. That's the summer solstice. That's why the unk is powerful. Everybody always talking about truth. You're dumbing our knowledge down. I ain't dumbing it down. I'm telling you what it was. I know you want to try to make it some type of astro space story. Nah, we gotta get back to the basics. The spring and the spring and the summer is powerful. That's why we marked it everywhere. Let me show you. Abib, right? Now, Abib, right? In Deuteronomy, first month of agricultural year. The first month of the agricultural year. This is important in ancient times. You start here, then you grow to supreme knowledge. You start here first, because if you can't feed your people, being self-sufficient, you're not enlightened. Simple. Roll the corn. My people gonna eat. My people not gonna suffer. My people gonna live in the most beautiful palaces. My people gonna get buried most elaborate. My people gonna eat the greatest fruits and vegetables and live on the clearest waters on the highest Bama we can find. We not living like that. We living high. We not living low. This for us. But over time, people took this knowledge and tried to turn it into some type of all about self and the knowledge of self. This ain't no knowledge of self. It didn't start like that. This knowledge of all of us. Because if you worried about the crop coming in, you worried about somebody eating, right? This knowledge of this knowledge of self comes later down the line. You must stand with your people first. So we so worried about the crop, the good harvest coming in, we must have cared about our people. Because if you weren't worried about the harvest coming in, you were just out for self. Don't that make sense? You got spiritual praying that this stuff worked out so all your whole village can eat. Then we get into that other knowledge. But this what matters first, people. Let's keep going. Now, the biblical name Tel Abib or Tel Aviv means hill of corn, the hill of green ears, the hill of new grain. Right? Tel is mound. Abib and Aviv. Aviv is spring. Abib is corn. So in the Old Testament, they talked about Tel Abib was corn. In the New Testament, it's barley. Now, why did they do that? They started to figure out, these motherfuckers gonna figure out we talking about some corn. Let's switch corn to grain. Let's switch corn to barley and wheat. Africans was already eating barley and wheat. It wasn't growing fast enough for them to build civilizations. That corn was growing fast enough to build civilizations. So civilizations didn't get built in Africa and Europe till that motherfucking corn got there. That's a fact. Until these virtuous people came and taught you how to do it. You get it? Let's keep going. Now, roll the corn. The initial instruction shows that the month that the Israelites left Egypt must be the first month of the year. The sabbatical year. Right? They left in the spring. Right? This month needs to be in the month of Abib. This does not mean that the name of the month must be Abib, but it must be the month that grains are in the Abib stage. Abib stage is when you plant the crops. We must leave when the crops are planted. So once we set up, the harvest is coming. So we won't starve to death. Let's keep it basic, people. We can't leave until we got some brewing in the ground in our new spot. We can't leave till the seed is planted or we gonna starve. This is where you get sabbatical year from. Abib, the first month of the Abib stage, right? Agricultural alignment of the main events in scripture, right? Align all the appointed times with the agricultural season. We have archaeological proof of the agricultural cycle that was being practiced in biblical time. Who taught them that? That's what you got to figure out. Who taught them that? Because it wasn't their knowledge. Melanated Tamarican mound builders, long time ago, went to these people's land and taught these people that. And these are our ancestors. You see where I'm going with this? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. The calendar, dated by archaeologists, right? Canaanite year of Gezer. Two months in taking olives. 2 months of sowing cereals in the ground, grain. 2 months of late sowing, sow a seed. A month of hoeing the weeds out of the field. A month of harvesting. A month of harvesting. 2 months of grape harvesting late in the year. Month of gathering summer fruit. We are speaking of nature at first. Right? Hold on. It had nothing to do with all this biblical shit. It just turned biblical. They done it over there. Yep. Now, Gezer has a linguistic connection to Jesus. Interesting. Sounding words in Gezer's prominent biblical history, but Jesus' life and ministry occurred much later, but that word has something to do with the name Jesus. Gezer. Deep. Gezer. Let's keep going, though. I got some more receipts on there, but I ain't got them on deck, so I ain't going to go into that. Now, let's go into the Bible and look, because I want to show y'all some stuff. For it was written in the laws of Moses, thou shalt not muzzle the mouth of the ox. That's the first letter in Hebrew. Paleo, the ox. Why is the ox important? Because the ox plowed the field. They threaded out the corn. You feed that ox the same way you feed yourself. We got to teach hunter-gatherers this. You know why? Because they greedy and selfish and barbaric. They'll put the thing in the ox's mouth while he worked the field. He can't eat the same corn that he plowing up for your ass. See, we teaching, this is agriculture teaching you how to be a good person in real life. We are using nature to teach you greatness in life. You get it? You don't yoke the damn ox up and eat all the food and the ox hungry, he done work the damn field. You got to be in tune with nature, hunter-gatherer. That ox got to eat like you got to eat. Ain't he working like you? Roll the corn. Now, that ox and that plow that threaded out the corn is the first letter in Proto-Canaanite languages. And that's a fact. So the agriculture people who bought Hebrew over there, that taught y'all this in y'all books, that language started from an agriculture people of mound builders. From right here. Because we got the oldest mounds with agriculture in the world, right in America. That's a fact. Let's keep going. And Jesse said unto David his son, take now thy brethren an ephah of his parched corn and 10 loaves. Parched corn sound like popcorn to me. The fuck? Parched corn, huh? Parched corn, dried corn kernels, toasted in a pan and create a crunchy snack like corn nuts and popcorn and shit. Y'all stop playing with us, bro. This was feeding people. The knowledge from Timeri fed people because corn is from here. That's a fact. Let's keep going. Abigail made haste and took 200 loaves, 2 bottles of wine, 5 sheep, ready dressed, 5 measures of parched corn. Your parched corn again. Let's keep going. Thou shalt not muzzle the ox. I got that part. Let's keep going. Now listen to what they are talking about. Because see, a lot of people like to say, this Bible ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Yes, it do. Got something to do with everything. It's showing you that a culture taught some people this stuff. And they wrote it down and it became law on the land with the language. They try to teach you all this other shit, but they won't teach you that Where did this stuff come from and who are the people who brought it? And why are they so obsessed with it? They're so obsessed with it because it fed their people, gave them some guidance. It gave them spirituality, bro. They wanted to be divine like these people were divine who done this in nature. But you all know over time, jealousy comes and they turn you into the divine and try to make them evil. After they learn how to get the survival tactics from us, now you evil. Now we must banish you from our lands. That's where Asherif come from, sending those people back to their homeland, enslaving them, crucifying them. You get it? Now check this out. Now watch what he say now. See, everybody say that Bible ain't got no truth in it. It got a whole lot of truth in it. Why would they say? Abundance of fruit, first fruits of corn. An abundance of first fruits of corn, wine and oil and honey, and the increase of the field and the tithes of all things bought them in the... Now listen. Children of Israel bought an abundance of corn, people. Why? It's their culture. It's their culture. Hey, Lil Rob, chill out in the comments, bro. Chill out. You're doing too much. Chill out, dog. Calm down. Now, why are the corn hooked to these people, these certain people? Storehouses. Also for the increase of corn and wine and oil. Storehouses. How you think them storehouses look? What are the storehouses they speaking of? Pyramids, buildings, castles, mounds. Yes, that's what they're speaking of. They still here today and they're calling them Tartarian buildings, people. Don't you understand it? Them buildings they call them Tartarian buildings are some of the storehouse, the warehouses of the agriculture, cathedrals, temples, pyramids. That stuff was built by us. We built that stuff. That stuff is in trade centers, courthouses, capitol buildings. This is trade center areas of areas. We put those there. So stop trying to get these buildings to some man that you don't know who done it. Those are corn exchanges. Turned into whatever they wanted it to be. McDonald's today. Made out of pure limestone, but it's a McDonald's in France. Let's keep going. Until I come and take away the land like your own land. The land like your own land? What do you mean like my own land? Until I come and take you away to a land like your own land. The land of corn and wine. A land of bread and vineyards. A land of olive oil and honey. What land you think they're talking about? They talking about taking you back to your original land. Till I come and take you back to your original land, paradise, where they corn and then wine and then honey and olive oil and vineyards. They talking about over here. Because over here, this grows naturally. This is the promised land. You get it? You got to be able to decipher this shit. They're talking about Tamari. Yeah, exactly. Let's keep going. You got to be able to just go through this shit and look at what they're trying to tell you, bro. And a woman took and spread covering over a whale's mouth and spread ground corn, and the thing was not known. Ground corn. Bought beds and bases, earthy vessels, wheat, barley, flour, parched corn, and beans. Jacob heard of there was corn in Egypt. He sent his father first. Corn, full ears of corn in the husk. There ain't no barley. Anything in a husk is corn. Corn has white husk. This the Old Testament. We know what y'all talking about. You can't change it to grain or barley or none of that because they ain't got no husk on no damn barley. Stop playing. Now, I'm going to get into Tel Aviv and the mounds and all that also. Stick with me. I just want to show y'all what culture taught this damn culture. And let them gather all the food of those good years that come and lay up corn under the hand of Pharaoh and let them keep food in the cities. 7 ears of corn came up upon one stalk. 7 ears of corn popped out of one damn stalk. Genesis 41:5. What fed these people? What made these people so-called holy? Our culture. Don't no corn supposed to be in no damn Jerusalem. Ain't no way. Hold on. Roll the corn. Now, the sons of Israel came to buy corn. Right? For the famine that was in the land of Canaan. Crazy, right? And put my cup, the silver cup, in the sack's mouth of the youngest, and it's corn money. Corn was money back then, people. Corn was actual currency in these days. That's how powerful it was. Corn money. You know what money is, don't you? See how powerful our shit was? They paying debts off in corn. Now, now, truth now, you bullshit. Let me show you some more. Cuneiform of the Sumerian was written for corn debt. Let's go see. You see corn money in the Bible? Let's go look at Mesopotamia. Watch this. Cuneiform was indeed used to record debts, especially for agriculture goods like, they try to say grain. You see, I always throw grain in there. Corn, grain, livestock. Okay, we get it now. Okay, yeah, we get it now. Y'all get my drift? You get my drift now? Y'all understand? Let's bring all the bullshit down to the basics. Y'all motherfuckers writing cuneiform about nigga owe me some corn. Motherfucker over there in the city of owe me some corn. If the motherfucker don't pay, I'm going to beat this motherfucker. Motherfucker, nigga over there in Jerusalem owe me some corn, dog. Nigga better have my corn by Friday. That's all I got to tell you. He get paid corn Friday. I need my motherfucking money back. Yes, the city of that's Mesopotamia, Jay Kizzer. All over the area, they paying in corn. Stop separating areas. Mesopotamia and Jerusalem and Africa and Egypt, all that shit right there by each other. That shit right there in the same area. They doing the same thing. Stop letting these people try to separate all these people. Them people packed in right there in the same area. Because the food right there, bro. The food right there. The food in Mesopotamia on the Euphrates, the food on the Nile, and the food in Jerusalem and what you call it, right there. Tyre, all that little area all together right there, bro. Go look at a map. Everybody lived there in ancient times. That's why all that shit was going down in that area, because everybody was there. Us, the hunter-gatherers, New hunter-gatherers coming in. We got Mongols. We got black Africans. We got everything coming in. So all type of mixtures and backstabbing and crosses were going on in these areas, people. You must understand that. Let's keep going. Roll the corn. Now that I showed y'all that Tel Aviv is the hill of spring, which is the mound of corn, we run into an ancient megalithic site that aligns with the equinoxes near Israel. Rajim El Hara, where the rising sun of the spring and autumn equinoxes passes through the two large stones. The spring equinox, the sun rises right between the two large stones. The Tel is Mound, Aviv is spring. In the Bible, it's Tel Abib, which means the mound of corn. So whoever is putting these mounds up in ancient times over there is rolling corn. Because these are agriculture fields where these mounds exist. I studied it. Right? Let's keep going. Let's go look around the world. Because you must understand, just because the structure is built a little different in different parts of time, it still means the same thing, people. Don't separate the meaning of the mound of spring, the mound of corn. Don't separate it. It all go together. Karnak Temple in Egypt aligns with the spring equinox for the same meaning as the Hebrews had it. Agriculture. See the palm trees? Let's keep going. Chichen Itza, Mexico, the pyramids aligns with the spring for the same meaning as the people over there did. This is our regular culture. That is their religion. You get it? Let's keep going. Jerusalem, Machu Picchu, Peru, aligns with the mound, lines with the spring, the same way everything else does. The Incas did not build this. This is older than the Incas. That's a fact. This go way back right here. This go back in Egyptian times right here. They acting like it don't, but it do. Way before the Incas. Karahan Tepe, Turkey. Right? Spring alignment. Mound builders. Let's keep going. Stonehenge. Spring alignment for the same reason. Summer and spring alignment for the same reasons. Pyramid of Khafre. Equinoxes. Roll the corn. Angkor Wat Temple in Cambodia. The sun rises exactly on the central peak of the temple in the spring equinox because it's time to roll the agriculture. That's why it's built like that. Now, in ancient times, only one people are doing this, people. Everybody can't do this. Look at that building. Look at Egypt. Look at the pyramids in Mexico. These are the earthborn people, Adama, the original people of the planet. And through my research, they popped up right in North America before everybody else. Because this is the oldest landmass on the planet. Let's keep going. Teotihuacan, spring equinox. The Celtics, the Ireland, the ancient mound builders, which are really the Celtics. Spring and fall equinox. This is our culture. We are the mound building culture, people. Everybody ain't no fucking mound builder. Let's keep going. Hey, won't you think everybody was a mound builder? The Welsh, the Celtics, the Egyptians, the Sumerian. No, everybody no goddamn mound builder. Everybody ain't just waking up, figuring out the spring equinox, aligning their ancient tombs with the... Nah, hell nah. Nah. Take that to a dummy. We don't believe you. Machu Picchu again. They say this is Jerusalem because this city is shaped like a falcon. This city is shaped like a falcon. See the wings? Right there. South America. Let's keep going. The 7 megalithic temples found in the islands of Malta in the Mediterranean Sea, where the ancient Paleo-Hebrew was. How they stuff set up? Aligned with the spring equinox. You think these buildings ain't aligned? These buildings are aligned too. Let me show you. Spring and autumn equinox. You think these buildings ain't aligned the same way? They are. They try to say this dude named, this Italian dude built that, but they're a goddamn lie. Who set out to figure out the exact date of the equinox. Cap. The same way the mounds and them goddamn old temples and them pyramids aligned with the spring and summer, spring equinox and summer solstice. These buildings, these cathedrals is too. Because we built these last. This the last part of the great knowledge. That's why the sun creeping in on the spring, hitting the floor. Sun creeping in from the other angle over here in the summer. Sun creeping in over here in the spring, hitting the same spot on the floor. You think them buildings ain't yours? They still got the spring incorporated in the building and the summer solstice. Same way they incorporated it in Angkor Wat and at the mounds and pyramids, it's incorporated in these ancient buildings. You get it now? It's just a form of evolution of steady getting progressive building. You get it? That's what's going on out here, people. Because these buildings are aligned just like pyramids in cities, aligned just like mounds in different cities. They still call them buildings the Seven Sisters today. Moscow, Russia is called the Seven Sisters. Why? You think a hunter-gatherer built that? Moscow. Seven Sisters. Watch this. Watch this right here. Now you start to understand where these buildings come from, right? The Seven Sisters of Moscow. Aldebaran, Pleiades. Aldebaran, the red star of the Russians. Aldebaran is the red star of the Russians. They got that from us. We got shit in the Grand Canyon built just like this. I mean, out there in the Southwest. Ask Casey Macon. Casey Macon got the receipts. The Aldebaran rock is red out there in Utah and Colorado. Then you got 7 other mounds. Russia is the red star for Aldebaran, leading into the buildings built in the shape of the Pleiades, which is called the Seven Sisters. You see it? There you go right there. Roll the corn. There you go right there. These, I don't care where it's at on the planet. It was already there. Built by these same people that started building mounds thousands of years before that. They ended up building these type of buildings right here. That's a fact. Now, Aldebaran is the red star. Now, let me show y'all something. Now, the same way I just showed y'all them buildings, let me show you a star map. Because I want y'all to understand what we're looking at. This is the spring. When all this aligns, it's springtime, people. Right? Where that receipt at? Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Aldebaran leads to the Pleiades, people. Aldebaran leads to the Pleiades. That's why the city is built like that. Aldebaran leads to the Pleiades. This is your ancestors' knowledge. Aldebaran, the bright red star, leads to the Pleiades. See it? When you start back and start to understand what your ancestors were teaching, okay, I'm not gonna be able to hide nothing else for you from you again. Right? Now let's go back. And did I take that receipt down? Let me see. Yeah, I took it down. Now, if Aldebaran leads to the Pleiades, let's go back and look at Moscow one more time. If I didn't take it down, I think I took it down. Yeah, I took it down. But this is where you get the red star, right? Roll the coin. Now, Casey Macon, what state there was where the mound builders put the red rock? I think it's called the Butte. The Red Butte. The Red Butte. Am I at that right, Casey? You in the chat? Red Butte, southwest. It's in the southwest somewhere. Arizona. The Red Butte of Arizona. Now, we was looking at that one day, and I'm like, why is the rock red right there? It's representing Aldebaran on the ground. It was, bro. These people really was some fucking super, man, I'm telling you. The ancestor was super geniuses, bro. That shit was crazy. Aldebaran Rock. I can't think of the name of the place. Red Butte Trail. It's something like that. But in that trail, Casey Macon showed me a map of it. And it had the red rock representing Aldebaran. Then it had 7 mounds. Like the Pleiades. If I'm lying, ask Casey Macon. I'm telling you. He got the receipt somewhere. We were building rock the same way we built ancient buildings later, bro. I showed y'all yesterday the hydra, the snake, and the bird, the Abib and horror story on the ground in America. All of it is there. They just cover it up, and then if you don't know the star alignments, you can't figure it out. You must know the star alignments. Casey, if you got that receipt, let me know. I'm going to let Papa, we'll show it to him real quick. But let's keep going. Chaco Canyon, New Mexico. Ancestral Pabloans. Still aligning the buildings with the equinox. This is in America right here now. New Grange. Mounds aligned with the same thing. Now, we can go back to it now. When I go back to America, right? When I go back to America, all of our mounds are aligned with the spring. Every one of them. And they older than all this stuff I just showed you. Right? And like I said, I showed y'all yesterday, we put mounds on the ground telling star stories. There's Hydra, which is a pimp in Egypt. There go the Haru ideology. Rising in the morning. Haru rises in the morning, right? And then you get to looking at this. This is a pimp eating Ra. That's an Egyptian story on the ground in Ohio, people. It's the same damn story. It's the same story. A pimp swallowing Ra. Ain't that from Egypt? Where my Egyptologists at? It's the same, but it's 400 feet long in our face, right? We think that's Egyptian knowledge. That's ancient melanated mound builder knowledge, bro. It landed in Egypt and got big. But where did it start? Because this motherfucker right here, older than Egypt. I'm telling you. A pimp swallowing the sun. The sun, Ra, in Egypt. Now listen to the story. Ra, the deity of the sun, the upholder of Ma'at. Ma'at is the light, right? Tales of a pimp battles with Ra spreads during the new kingdom of Egypt. A pimp was believed to be large and powerful snake. He attempted to swallow the sun every single day. That is Hydra rising at night, and the sun sits right by Hydra every day. That's the battle of good and evil. Now, you put this on the ground in Ohio, the snake swallowing the sun. Align it with the summer solstice, and it's really telling the melanated people their history right on the ground. Because we created that history, not hunter-gatherers. This is not a Native American serpent mound. No, no, no. This is an Egyptian story. Right on the ground in Ohio. Where you think Egypt got the motherfucking story from? Here. Roll the cord. I'm telling y'all what I know. Right? Look. Your boy swallowing the sun. That's night versus day. Cosmic balance in Ma'at. Cosmic balance is night versus day, people. It ain't good versus evil. It's night versus day. They put that good versus evil shit later. Ma'at represents the cosmic order, people. Darkness and light. Regulation of the cosmos. You got to understand the night just like you understand the day to be enlightened. Right? This is Ma'at on the ground in America. We think this some type of goddamn... Do y'all know who y'all are? I just be having to ask my people. Do y'all know who y'all are? Your ancestors, the greatest people that ever walked this damn earth. Because this ain't no Native American nothing. Nowhere near it. This is supreme knowledge. You think somebody done this right here ain't have no language? You let these white folk tell you somebody who built this aligned with the summer solstice on a ridge with an ancient story ain't got no language? That's like a nigga building me an airplane, but he can't even talk. He built a whole airplane. He come out there, you like, hey, he like, He know how to talk. Bro, roll the coin, man. Listen, y'all. This land is the oldest. All them stories come from here. All them names of other places on that side of the world come from here. It come from here. Lebanon come from here. Moreau come from here. She come from here, bro. Tunisia come from here. Tunis, she come from here. Tyree come from here. All them city names over there, Memphis, come from here. Mem is Hebrew. All day. Mu, Mem, same thing, come from here. Roll the coin. Cairo, this shit come from here. Navala. Nineveh, Navala, here. Here. The language is different. Once you understand that language is different from them people language over there, then you will get it. They didn't have languages that had those type of etymology to it, people. All the old books I read said those city names come from Paleo-Canaanite languages. It don't come from gibberish of a barbarian. Roll the coin. So when we start put these names together that we name these cities over there in the Mediterranean, built these beautiful column buildings, which were some type of storehouse for trading agriculture and goods, that became the Roman temples, the Greek temples. That shit ain't no Roman and Greek temple. It was already there. So when I study the history of the first people on all of these lands, I always seem to find corn. Why is that? The Cretans, corn. Mycenaeans, corn. First Egyptians, corn. First Sumerians, corn. Nineveh, corn. They got corn on the building with ancient Hindu, ancient India, corn on the goddamn building. Sunflowers on the building. Ain't no damn sunflower from Timeri. So now I started to get it. All them cultures is us. Leaving here, building up these places first, and then the other people come back around and learn from us. They always try to say y'all always trying to claim everybody's culture. Nah, all y'all trying to claim our cultures. Roll the coin. You're the fallen angels. We're not no angels. We're not no fallen angels. We come from the planet. That fallen angel shit for y'all. Y'all, nah. It's not us. Right? Because you must understand. See, once you get back into the wording and understand what's going on, right? It takes you back to the start. The wording takes you to the start. These people, the ancestors took you was bringing you from the start, people. Adamah, Hebrew, ground, earth, soil. This is where you come from. That's where you come from right there. That's where you come from. Roll the coin. Anybody got any questions, hop in the chat. The red clay soil, that's where the hell you come from. Anybody got any questions, hop in the chat. That's where you come from. So overall, what I'm trying to show y'all was the people who put these mounds of spring in these religious places were agriculture mound builders, and it became religion. They bought languages, they bought teachings, they bought all this stuff across the water, and people learned it. Come back and take all our knowledge out of our tombs and temples and re-whip it and give it back to us. Any questions, hop in the chat. Any questions, hop in the chat. It's up. You gotta go to the go live. I mean, you got any questions, hop in the chat. Ema, got a question or a comment? She might just hop in.
Hey, Knowledge, how you doing?
All right, how you doing?
Good. I had a question about the fruits and flowers. You know that Cain and Abel story that they have, where one of them Cain brought forth, you know, the fruits and the flowers from the ground because he was a farmer, and the other guy, he unalived an animal and gave some fat. We were talking about that today. I wanted to find out what's the origin of that story, since, you know, the people of the earth who's consuming all of the animals are like consumed with cancer. I mean, people that we know, you know, like not just looking at statistics, but like in these cities and conversations, people are not well. But the people who are going back to eating the way we were traditionally eating fruits, when we say flowers, you know, like vegetables are all from flowering plants. So can you talk about that story, where that originally came from? Because they got it where the guy who gave the fruits and flowers, he was jealous and he, you know, he unalived the other guy in the story that they pushed to us in the
Bible.
Bible.
You're exactly right. I'm glad you see it like that, because that part, this is where they switch the narrative, right? The narrative is the righteous man is really the man with the fruits and vegetables. The unrighteous man is really the man finna eat the animals, right? But during the time when they redone that story, right, they was making the nature's people evil or doing bad, or they had to make the flesh eater the good person under God's eyes, because that's their people were eating flesh and they knew it. So to switch the narrative, you have to say the flesh eater won in God's eyes, and the nature's people lost in God's eyes, because y'all are creating a narrative at this point. Now we all know common sense tells us that nature is better. Eating plants from the Mother Earth is way better than consuming animals. We all know that.
The animals eating the plants.
The animals eat the plants. We supposed to be eating the plants too. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
you demonize nature's people by telling you the vegetable part is rejected, right?
Mhm.
But our ancient culture, it was all fruits and vegetables. It was all that was accepted in our ancient culture. But once it goes into the biblical era of history, they switch it.
Mhm.
You know how some people who do certain things wrong and they try to make it seem normal and try to make it you ever met somebody in your life that do that?
Yeah.
Like they'll be like
Narcissist.
they'll say something like, "Oh, I got 5 girlfriends because now I'm a Muslim because it's withheld in Muslim tradition, right?"
Right.
It's the same thing they doing with their story.
Mm-hmm.
They eat meat, so therefore they got to switch the narrative to meat eaters being the accepted one in God's eyes, when really the nature's one with fruits is accepted in nature's eyes. And
Mm-hmm.
nature is before God all the time. So that's where they come from.
Yeah, there's a lady story. Her name is Annette Larkin. She when she hit near her 50s, she stopped consuming animal-based protein. I'll just say it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So her husband was a butcher. That was his job, and he didn't. So as they progressed, he ended up fully gray, overweight, very ill, and
Mm-hmm.
she looked like she was 39, 40. So they would go for walks, and people would say to her, "Is that your granddaughter?" And he's no longer with us, and she still looks like aging just stopped for her. She never continued to age. And if people in the chat want to take a look at her and her husband, just type in her name, Annette Larkin, and she's on YouTube. She's on YouTube. Cooking and telling her story and showing pictures of her and her husband. And it's just right in your face, right there. 20 years, I think 20 or near 25 years of her switching, and he didn't.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna check her out. I heard about her a couple of times. I heard she's amazing.
Yeah.
Check her out.
She
Thank you
grows
so
her
much.
own food in pots in her yard in Florida.
Exactly.
Amazing.
All right, great question, Miss Elma. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Y'all follow Miss Elma. Follow Miss Elma. That's a great question. Now in the chat, I heard somebody say nature is God. See, you have to understand what I'm trying to tell y'all. We all know nature is what controls everything, right? We know that. Everybody know that. But when I say God and nature, you have to look at it from where the point in history to where it's split, people. That's what I'm talking about. See, it's basic knowledge. We all know that. But when it's split, the world changed, people. Don't you understand that when them people said God is a being, it killed the nature of everything? That's what I'm trying to teach. I ain't saying that it ain't got nothing to do with nature. I'm telling you, when they split it, everything of nature became evil. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why they start calling your grandmama a witch. They start calling you a heathen in an evil spirit. And you evil. Them niggas evil. Everything black evil. Don't you must understand that. We know the basis of what nature is. But I'm telling you where everything went wrong at, bro. Them people were setting our people on fire, talking about they was witches and shamans and all this old type of stuff. Because they believed in nature. Understand what I'm trying to tell you now. Some people be trying to talk like, but you must understand the point. I'm talking about a certain time in history. You ever heard of a witch hunt? Don't you know trees and grass and lilies and daisies? People used to find it in people's houses and unalive them, bro. People used to get unalive for having jars of plants in their house, bro. A plant. Religion done that. That's when God and nature split. Now you say thank you, God, for the rain, instead of saying thank you, nature, for the rain. You get it? You get it now? I don't want to say this, bro, but I got to say it. I got to say it. Some stuff I don't like to say out of my mouth, but I got to say it. Okay, let me give you an example. I go in my backyard, plant all these crops. These crops grow back. I eat well the whole year off the crops that I grew. And I give thanks to a deity of a God for doing it. But I did it with my own hands. Only thing that made that happen was my hand and Mother Nature. But I give thanks to something over here. Then I go to a building and pay people for giving thanks for something I already done with my own hands and nature. And I hate to talk like this, but you just have to think about what we say, what people are doing. You go work hard 60 hours a week. You get your down payment money for your car. You go to the car lot. You got a job. You got a down payment. These people give you the car for your hard work. And you walk outside and say, thank you, Jesus. No, dog. I can't do that. Your hard work and your nature in you made that happen. You must understand what these people are doing to you. And I don't like to talk like this because I'm not getting at no religion. I'm not talking about nobody's religion. But I'm just telling you, when our people, let me let y'all understand where I'm coming from. At a certain time in history, when you were self-sufficient, they called you evil. They rejected you. That's why they rejected Cain and Abel. When you were self-sufficient in nature, they rejected you because they wanted to get a praise to a God. You are arrogant if you think you can go out there and do this on your own without a God. That's how they looked at you. You a heathen. You evil for that. I mean, a basic Google search. Watch this. Watch this. Did anybody in the Bible, watch this, was called evil for being self-sufficient, or their own farmer or herder? Watch this. All they ass. Watch this. Watch this. Self-sufficiency became problematic when it meant prideful independence from God, amplified by the rich fool or Cain, whose heart and actions rejected God's provision were sinful. True self-sufficiency, you had to submit to Christ, not self. That's why they broke niggas up. Right there. You don't get no thanks to yourself for your farm and your land and the land. You better get at the Jesus. So self-sufficiency became problematic, right? While a tiller of the soil, Cain, like Miss Emma just said, Cain, the tiller of the soil, his sin was his heart and refusal to submit to God, leading to violence against Abel. That's what they say. So they was turning nature's people into evil people. Anybody who done all nature worship or all nature things were evil in these books. They wanted you to give that praise to their God. Simple. Iris, question or comment? Yo. Oh, Lord, I gotta do all that. Tanner, question or comment?
Hey, bro, I just want to say, bro, I respect what you're doing, and shout out to the panel. I know I sent you like a lab that was by mistake though, but
Oh, good, bro.
just keep doing what you're doing, bro. I salute you.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Now follow Tanner. All I'm saying is, y'all, all I'm saying is, in America, in Mary, all that time went by and did nobody bother us, people. Did nobody bother us? Did nobody bother us, y'all? Jay Kizzer, come talk to me, because you got a lot of you still talking about all these different gods. Come on up here and talk. What you gotta understand is over here, it wasn't none of that, right? Things we had going on were just nature things. We might have said words about it or used a star alignment to teach about it or whatever, but it wasn't pagan. Them same teachers turned pagan, but they act like you were the pagan. On that side of the world, it turned into a religious purpose, right? On this side of the world, we was using it all in ma'at, in balance in nature. Those religions did not come over here until like the 14 to 1500s, people. They was fighting about their stuff over there for 1,000 years. Longer than that. See what I'm saying? That's the difference. So when you still come to a time marry these new people, they see humble people living just like the ancient culture was living. Still eating vegetables, Miss Emma. Right? That's where they come from. We were still living the old world ways over here. That's why they called us heathens and evil Indians. And you get it? That's the difference. We wasn't over here talking about no damn. Baal was a master agriculturalist, a master builder. Baal on that side of the world was the devil. See what I'm saying? Baal over here was master farmer, master builder. Baal over there is Moloch the devil. You see the difference? They still telling you Baal evil today, hunter gatherers is. Man, that's Paleo Canaanite Hebrew, man. Baal is not evil. Only thing Moloch stand for is the same Taurus of a lift. It's just a bull. It's Taurus. It's a spring. And these people tell you the spring is evil. The bull is a representation of Taurus in the sky. Taurus is a part of the spring equinox, people. The horns of Taurus is a part of the spring equinox. That's where you get Moloch from. Hunter-gatherers turned that evil. You get it? That's all. It's just that simple. Now they out there killing cows, thinking they giving some type of sacrifice to their God. See how stupid they is? Bring me the red heifer. Y'all is the most. You see how stupid these people is, bro? How do we let these people take over the world? I think it's just because they warlords, right? They warlords. A warlord get his time. A warlord will win a war here and there. It's true. They warlords. I'm cool with that. It's coming. They time coming. They shine for a minute. These people still go to ancient sites today and do pagan worship. In America. Right in your face. Some of our people out there with they stupid ass. They ain't know no better. Out there dancing around on the spring equinox, getting drunk on top of an ancient monument of a melanated person. You better start learning what y'all be out here doing and why you can't never get right. Don't let them people that you think are party go out there and disrespect your own people on the ground. All that St. Patrick's Day shit, I'm not going nowhere near it. St. Patrick ran the snakes out of Ireland. A stupid person think he's talking about a snake. A historian know he's talking about your people. Come on. That man run no little. That man talking about your damn people. Roll the corn. Man, this shit be hurting my feelings sometimes because people just don't understand what I'm telling them. He ran the snakes out of Ireland. Really? The snakes? Hold on, let me see if I find a receipt, because this shit is wild. He ran the snakes out of Ireland. Huh? The snake people? The snake is in ancient languages. This we ran out of Ireland right here. And we out there drinking with green shirts on, looking stupid as hell. Them people that lived over there were shoemakers, wearing green, trading in gold coins. Melanated people who are the descendants of the mound builders from ancient Ireland. And here comes St. Patrick, running them out of their ancestors' land. The real Celtics. Why do you think the Celtic symbol is a plant? Why do you think the Celtic symbol is a plant? Come on, man. Anytime you hear something about a snake, you better think about your people. You hear snake in the Bible, you better reference your people in there. You hear snake in Ireland, you better reference your people in there. The snake brought the evil to the Garden of Eden. They talking about your people. You don't even know what it is. Motherfucker reading the Bible don't even know that shit. They talking about your ass. Yeah, you. You brought the evil over there to them hunter gatherers and gave them an apple. You made that girl bite that apple. The snake people gave her the apple to bite. Oh, it's evil. You get it now? The Natchez Indians are named after Nachazin, the snake people. Melanated Indians in Mississippi, living on mounds when the Soto ass came through. When them first people came through. This is where Natchez come from. So you gotta know where these words come from. Right? Them the snake people, the Phoenician. Let me show y'all something. You think Hebrew ain't got nothing to do with that snake, you crazy out your damn man. You think Paleo Canada ain't got nothing to do with that snake? You crazy. Let's go look at the Phoenicians. Real quick. Let me show you something. The snake people. Right? Phoenician snake artifacts. Snakes on metalwork. Like yours. Snake-headed handles. Right? Sometimes linked to Astarte, reflecting worship Semitic beliefs and renewal of the underworld. Serpent-headed yours. Let me show y'all something. Phoenicians. Here go Minoans right here. Here go the Minoans. The Minoans are the Cretans, like I just told you. The first people that built Greece. Right? This the Minoans. See the snakes in her hand? Minoans or Cretans. That shit probably made out of copper. Coming from right here. You see Crete? These the snake people. These people speaking Hebrew. That's a fact. Let's keep looking. Roll the coin. Now, when you see stuff like this right here, right? The seven-headed serpent. They talking about the Mississippi River, people. Hydra is the darkness. Hydra is the darkness. All this dragon stuff. You see the Ankh cross? Hydra is the darkness, which means stars at night, the snake after night. The seven heads represented the seven streams of the Mississippi River. Right? Let's keep going. Let's go back. That's where you get all this shit from over here. Where you get all this from right here. That's where all these cultures got that from. The seven heads of the river. Y'all think it's Naga, but why is Naga in Russia? Why is Naga in Barat? Why is Naga in Mexico? See, it ain't Naga. They're just one part of it in one part of the world. This stands for Hydra. The Mississippi River got Hydra, right where the creation story come from. The seven streams of the Mississippi is the seven heads of the seven-headed serpent. Okay, let's go back some more. Because I want you to understand something. The snake people, let's go find a Phoenician snake. Because I want y'all to understand. Green, jasper, Phoenician. Now look at how the Phoenicians looked. Egyptian style look. See that? Greek, jasper, Phoenician. Now, this is the look of the Paleo-Hebrew people. You think that's an Egyptian look. All that sphinx and all that headdress and wings. You think that's Egyptian, but really that's Proto-Canaanite. Because the Egyptian, the first one, was the same people as the Phoenicians. So when you see a big ass sphinx in Egypt, they taught you it was Egyptian. It's not. See, that's why they dumb our people down there, right? That's why they dumb us down there, thinking everything come from Africa. No. Hell no. People who went through the stars created that from Hydra. So we got Egypt, Mesoamerica, India with the Nagas, Greece with the Cretans, Norse, right? Ancient Egypt, India, Mesopotamia, all the snake people. China, even in Australia, the rainbow serpent. Now, when they tell you they running the snake off the land or the snake bought the evil, they talking about the ancient melanated culture that went around the world that they are taking over their land now. This is why the St. Patrick story is talking about snakes. Piazza bird. There you go, Excel. I don't even go that deep, but you already know the Ben, right? Like they say in Mississippi, you know the Ben. You know the creation of this stuff. The Ben is the creation. You know the Ben, big dog. They running the serpent people off of the land. Now, when you hear that story, don't think they just talk about some bullshit. Talking about your people. Hold on. You literally think they talking about a snake? Hell no. St. Patrick banishes the snakes from Ireland. The saints of Christianity banish the snake people. You're going to understand it in a minute. Keep listening. In reality, snakes weren't even on Ireland in reality. There are no fossils of snakes in Ireland because Ireland was in the fucking ice age. There weren't even no snakes over there. They talking about niggas. What the fuck you think they talking about? I'm laughing because this shit is crazy. I'm telling y'all. They talking about niggas. No motherfucking snakes. Hold on. In essence, getting rid of a snake, right, is a symbolic cleansing of land. Getting rid of a snake is a symbolic cleansing of land for religious cultures, colonizers, right? They got rid of the Natchez Indians, the Snake Indians. The Snake Indians, bro. They got rid of the snakes in Ireland, and a snake never lived in Ireland. The snake they talking about is your people. And motherfuckers out there drinking and shit. Happy St. Patty's Day. Boy, the Christian church came through there and wiped our people down in Ireland. And St. Patrick was the head of the ass. That's where you get that story from. They are partying the killing of indigenous people. And we out there celebrating with them, and your ass part of that bloodline. I'd never do it. That's where pagan rituals come from. Events in history where they got rid of your ass. And we still out there partying to it. Either they are doing pagan worship on top of an ancient spot your people are buried at, or they're celebrating events when they won a war against melanated indigenous people. Thanksgiving, nigga. The Pequot was melanated. You think them some damn Native Americans you want to? They ate dinner with them people, bro, and came back and slaughtered them before sunlight. We still celebrating that bullshit today. Pequot was a lighter skinned melanated person. Indian. Up there in the Northeast. Probably a descendant from the Iroquois or something. Mound builders. They got them drunk and came back and slaughtered them before the sun even came up. Started living on their land and eating their crops. I'm going to tell y'all this and I'm going to get out y'all way today, people. The European and African culture. Bo Blends, what up? The European and African culture are trained to take agriculture land, people. They understand that when they come to new lands, they must find the food or they are going to starve. Because they've been going around the world stealing shit all of their career. You see these melanated Indians with all these, they got housing, people. It's cold as hell up there up northeast. I'm talking about super cold. If your ass is playing, you're not going to survive one day. These people are trying to take your land and your housing, bro, and call it theirs. You think them white folks built them damn antebellum houses in the middle of the plantation? Y'all still think that shit? Like who? Y'all got to rethink the way they talk. You got to rethink everything, bro. You think them people built them beautiful houses with them columns in the middle of the plantation? You think that's a plantation house, don't you? You think the Capitol building was built by the senator, huh? Bro, our people built all that shit. And when a hunter-gatherer sees it, he ready to take it. And he justifies it in the name of Jesus. God don't want no hunt. God don't want no wild Indians running this area. God do not want wild Indians running this area. God told me to strike them down. They slaughtered everybody right there at the building and put the cross right on top of it. These are Christian armies, people. Quit thinking it's just Spanish and goddamn conquistadors and they put all these words on them. Motherfuckers is Christians. And they coming to tear your ass up. All right. I just gotta teach the truth. Don't get mad at me for teaching the truth. I'm just telling the truth. Right? Spanish. The Spanish Empire was a Christian empire. What the hell you think going on out here, man? They spread Christianity and Roman Catholic denomination to their colonies as well as other parts of. So listen, when they take your shit, they done it in the name of God. Now you see the difference between God and nature? You see the difference now, don't you? Nature wouldn't have killed you. They'll kill you in the name of God. It's simple. So now you got to understand who you're dealing with. They are poor Christians. They want your cornfield, your okra. They want your tobacco. What are they smoking over there? Nah, motherfuckers smell weed. What they smoking? They smoking their gas up. Let's go over there and see. Let's just pipe they're smoking over there. We want that shit too. Let me hit that. Oh shit. Boy, I'm finna go take this back to England and make $1 trillion. Let me taste that corn. Whoa. What is that, an orange? A green grape? Man, give me that. Whoa. You got a whole field of these motherfuckers? We ain't got these in Europe. We finna take all this shit. What is that, a peach? We in Georgia? This motherfucker so good. Y'all put it on ice first? A cold peach? Oh my. That's a peach field right there? Or your house in the middle of the peach field? We'll be right back. Motherfucker, go get the army, come back and bust your head in the name of Christianity, and they living in your people's house on the peach plantation. You get it? Them people did not eat how you ate over here. Avocado green gold. I taught you that, Zahar. I taught you that, man. Don't try to sneak that in on me, bro. I taught you about the green gold of the Puntites, leaving America, going to Egypt. Roll the corn. This what happened over here. Zohar, that shit funny as hell. I'm just fucking with you, Zohar. That what happened over here, people. Y'all got all this cotton, all this tobacco. Y'all niggas got greens and okra and what the fuck? Big ass, we ain't no agriculture fields in Africa and Europe, people. If there was one there, which our ancient ancestors put there, them people got slaughtered thousands of years ago. Wars are fought over agriculture fields in Europe and Africa, people. That's why they had war. You must understand that. They're not just fighting because they Muslims and Christians. The Muslims want control of the agriculture and trade centers. The Muslims had it. Then the Christians come back and bust their head. But those areas that they fought over were ancient agriculture trade centers from the first Ivri or Hebrew. You get it now? So once they take over Europe and Africa, they come to America and do the same thing. But only thing different about over here is you're not fighting against no Muslims. You're fighting against our ancestors. They trying to get rich. They hungry. Yeah, they hungry, Rashida. Them motherfuckers hungry. Fresh off that ship, you hungry. The food portions already dried up. Imagine how many people they threw off the side of that ship for dying on them ships trying to come over here. A lot of them, people. A lot. So therefore, colonizing came in the name of Christianity. And they done a lot of, a saint done way more killing than a devil. I tell people that they don't understand what I'm trying to tell you. A saint is a serial killer. You think he's some type of preacher. Saint come through leading the Christian army. Then when they lead the Christian army, they become a church preacher afterwards of the land that they took. You get it? He don't come in preaching. He come in swinging his sword. When you swing that sword and get the indigenous people out the way, then he pop out the Bible. Now we must pray. I'm telling y'all, bro. I studied this stuff. I read a book said the man slaughtered the whole town, blood all over the saint. He whipped the Bible out. Now we must pray to the army. Burn everything down and rebuild his church right there. What you praying for? You done unalive everybody in the village. Okay. These are the people we're dealing with. They claim to come in peace with religion, but boy, they coming in blood. If anything don't go their way. I love y'all. I'm in love with you. Appreciate everybody who buying the hoodies. I got the Roll the Coin hoodie, the feathers. Everybody order is going out this week. I already paid for the order. You'll have that order by this weekend. Y'all hop in my DM if you want to get I got the Roll the Coin, Truth My Eye, the Mississippian symbol with the eye and the corn. Any one of those three, any color. I'm doing t-shirts now. I got the hats, black and white, red and white. And I'm doing the Ma'at hats, black and white and red and white. And I'm also finna drop some joggers. When I drop the joggers, I'm gonna show y'all on the live how they look. It's gonna have the truth feather across the front of the joggers with the hoodie to go with it, man. Y'all want to get some of those, hop in my DM to order them. Appreciate all y'all support. Appreciate the patience for the people waiting on their hoodies, though, y'all. I got kind of backed up. Y'all, everybody coming out this weekend. Facts. That's what I'm finna go work on now. And get today and tomorrow, get the rest of them in the mail. If you need hoodies, hats, anything, hop in my DM. And for ordering, and we're gonna get it going, y'all. All proceeds going to the land purchase I'm trying to get in Georgia. Like 42 acres. I found the spot. Costs a lot of money, but I'm gonna get it. And I'm gonna let my people come build their own houses on that land and live for free. That's a fact. Then we're gonna go to the next spot and do it again. And do it again. And do it again. And do it again. I love y'all and I'm in love with you, man. Y'all have a great, safe day. Galil at the gun. Anybody need hoodies, hop in the. These hoodies are just for me to have a product to sell to make money for the land grab. And I just like messing with the clothes anyway, y'all. So it all helped me out because I'm kind of crazy. Love you too, King James. Love you, I'm in love with you, man. Anybody need hoodies, hop in the DM, man. We know the truth now.